Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG WTF LOL FTW BRB. Super professionally adjusting his mic as he started recording. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. We are playing as the WWF in the year 2001, booking the invasion, and we are running WCW Nitro tonight. Just gonna give you guys a warning right now. My throat's been bothering me today. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm getting sick. It's been bothering me. I'll admit it. So I don't know how good my voices are gonna be today, if we even really do any. But I do have some water with me, so we should be good. Either way, though, we go to our opening pre-show match and our only pre-show match, so getting a solid rating here, by the way. Solid B with a 79. Decent pre-show match here. We have Kurt Angle teaming with the Hardy Boys to defeat Chuck Palumbo and Power Plant when Angle defeated Stasiak with the Angle Slam. Of course, Kurt was head and shoulders above everyone, so that's not surprising. Regal doing some good work ringside. Shawn Stasiak getting better at his gimmick. Stasiak, you've been impressive as of lately. You were better in the ring than Mark Jindrak on Raw. I think you made some improvements, and now you're getting better at your gimmick too. You're trying to impress me or something over here, buddy. Matt with a 77, Jeff with a 79, Kurt with a 91. Stasiak did better than Jindrak again today with that 66. Jindrak with a 64, and Chuck Palumbo with a 73. Also, we got a couple worker improvements here. Mark Jindrak improving in Rumble, Shawn Stasiak improving in Performance. All in all, good stuff. As we move on to our opening segment of the night, getting us a solid A rating here with a 94. Just want to make it clear, though, that RVD, Sabu, and Tommy Dreamer were not rated in this segment, so don't get too excited. All right. I'm already feeling it, guys. My throat is not fit for this type of recording, I guess, but we're gonna fight through it. So Thursday Night Nitro opens up with Paul Heyman. He's alongside RVD, Sabu, and Dreamer. He's got a big smile on his face, and he takes the mic and he says, "In 2 weeks' time, ECW gets its revenge. And you know, I was thinking, things didn't go the way we had hoped at Unforgiven. But at No Mercy, we're hoping things will be different. You see, at Unforgiven, we wrestled your kind of match. And while the talent at ECW is certainly capable of wrestling your style of match, I think the bigger question is the talent of WCW capable of wrestling our kind of match? Because you can't spell ECW without extreme. So what do you say, Shane? Do you have the balls the size of grapefruits like your dad? Or are they just grapes?" That's when a minute or two pass until finally Shane McMahon's music hits and out he comes alongside the WCW World Champion Booker T. And Shane says, "Hold up real quick. Let me just make sure I understand what you're getting at here. You want me to make every match at No Mercy an Extreme Rules match? You know, Paul." By the way, I'll get to the locker room incident actually after the promo. "You know, Paul, it's bad enough that you've somehow managed to get another shot at the WCW title, but now you want me to change the rules of the match so there's no rules? You know, well, call me crazy, but if it'll shut you up and get you out of my hair, then fine, it's done. On one condition. You see, you said your guys are capable of fighting our kind of match. Yeah, I doubt that, because the only time your guys have beaten my guys is either through underhanded tactics or having a weapon in hand. We all saw what happens when your backyard wrestlers have a real match. They get embarrassed. So tonight it'll be Booker T and a partner of his choosing versus two ECW guys. And if you prove to me that you can not only wrestle our match, but win in our match, then I'll make the change. What do you say, Paul? You question my grapefruits, but what about yours? Big enough to step up to my challenge?" I'm going to take a drink real quick, guys. Hold on. Whew. Oh, Shane, I'd love nothing more than to show you up tonight, so you tell Booker T to find yourself a partner, because tonight he's got Rob Van Dam and the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying hardcore champion, Sabu. And that confirms that later on tonight, we will see RVD and Sabu battling Booker T and a partner of his choosing. Also, before the show started, our locker room incident had Taker passing along tips on selling to Mark Jindrak, his protege, so that's good for him. Heenan was weak. Shane enjoyed his freedom going off script. Started off strong, got the crowd hot, got more heat for the invasion storyline along with RVD and Book. No worker improvements. As we say right here, or not as we say, but as we see, we got the just the hype segment. Commentators going over that we will see RVD and Sabu battle Booker and a partner of his choosing. Then we also have another hype segment here announcing that tonight will be the debuting episode of The Diamond Lounge with Diamond Dallas Page. So I asked you, nerds and geeks, if you guys could come up with some names for like a talk show with DDP, because I thought of one, but I wasn't in love with it. And somebody came up with a Diamond Lounge. I forget your full name, but I believe it was like Callum something. I wanted to write it down. I forgot. I'm sorry. Either way, you came up with this one. I liked it. Even came with like a description of him being like a sleazy talk show host, which is exactly what I was pretty much thinking. So we went with the Diamond Lounge, and DDP is going to have his first episode tonight. A lot of people are happy about that. They're like, ooh, what's that? Oh boy, here we go. Oh man, guys. I didn't think it would be this bad. Well, not the show, I meant my throat. We go to our opening match of the night, which, to be honest, does an impressive 71 B-. Lance Storm is proving that he can get a good match out of almost anybody. I'm not saying that K-Quick, a.k.a. R-Truth, is bad. I'm just saying he's not over. I was expecting maybe a C+. Either way, we have him out that had decent wrestling, not much weight in heat. Lance Storm going on to defeat K-Quick with the Canadian Maple Leaf in 5 minutes, 50 seconds. Storm with a 76, K-Quick with a 49. No worker improvements, though. As we move on to the next segment, Lance Storm grabs the mic. And this got us a 61C, by the way. But Lance Storm grabs the mic and he says, Raven, you lunatic. I'd call you out here to get my title back, but I know that you got a plan and you won't give me my title until I give you what you want. So if you want a match with me for that title so bad, then you're on. But when I embarrass and beat you, I don't want to hear any excuses. So Lance Storm accepts Raven's challenge, and we will get to see Raven versus Lance Storm at No Mercy for the Canadian Championship. But what's this? Tommy Dreamer's music hits. And what the hell's Tommy Dreamer and Beulah doing out here? And Dreamer takes the mic and he says, now wait a minute here. I've beaten you twice. I don't give a damn if Raven stole your title. If anyone should be getting a title shot at you, it's me. And then Storm says, you've got to be kidding me. It's bad enough that I'm defending my title against Raven and wherever the hell he's from. But I'll be damned am I defending my title against someone from Philadelphia. And then Tommy, he replies and he says, are you sure that's the real reason, Lance? Or are you just afraid that when I beat you for the third time, I'll be taking your title with me that time? And then Storm just responds, you know what, Tommy? You're delusional. You're just delusional. Those 2 victories you own over me are flukes. You only won because you had some person come out and distract me for a brief second to get you for the victory. If you want to fight me for a third time so bad, then I'll tell you what. I'll add you to the match, and then we'll do you, me, and Raven for the WCW Canadian Championship. Dreamer agrees, and there you have it. We confirm yet another match for No Mercy, and it is going to be triple threat action as longtime rivals Tommy Dreamer and Raven get their shot at Lance Storm's Canadian Championship. I almost said Canadians. WCW Canadian Championship. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit all the extra stuff. Watch. Championship. So we got Dreamer representing EC Storm representing WCW and is the champion, and then Raven representing both WWF and ECW. And to my surprise, we fit it all. Alright, cool. Did lose heat for the rivalry, but that's fine. No worker improvements, unfortunately, as we move on to the next segment, getting us an 83 B+ rating. Shane and Booker T, they're backstage, they're planning for tonight's match, when in walks Ron Simmons. Shane says, "Ron, what's up, man?" And Simmons says, "Shane, Book, it's my understanding that you need a partner tonight to take on RVD and Sabu. And well, seeing how Sabu and I got some unfinished business, and how I can't wait to get my hands on that little punk anymore, how about tonight you and I team up and teach those ECW fools a lesson in pain?" And then Book just agrees. He says, "Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Let's break these suckers." And then that confirms that later on tonight we will see Ron Simmons team up with Booker T to take on RVD and Sabu. And if RVD and Sabu wins, all the matches at No Mercy, or at least all the matches between ECW and WCW, will be under Extreme Rules. So RVD and Booker's storyline advanced. Booker came across as well, and Sabu and Simmons gaining some heat. No worker improvements. As we move on to our next segment, and as I take a drink first, we get a 73 B-. We're backstage with the Dudley boys. They have tables set up everywhere. They're cutting a promo on the Steiners. Bubba steps up and he says, "Steiners, you see all these tables? Well, I hope you're taking a good hard look at them. Because come No Mercy, Devon and I are slamming both you idiots through the cold hardwood." Messing this up. "And walking away the new WCW Tag Team Champions." That's when Brian Clark and Brian Adams of Chronic come walking in. And I forget who I had on. I think it was Clark, actually, that was talking. But whoever is the one that's better on microphone is talking. I think it was Clark before I checked. I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe it is him because it said he underperformed. Either way, one of the members of Chronic talks and he says, "You two've got to be joking. You're going to put the Steiners through a table? You can't even lift them up to even put them through the damn thing. You bozos are making the worst mistakes of your careers taking this match." Bubba then steps up to him and he says, "You do know that we don't need to lift them up to put them through the table. Which we totally can, though. In fact, why don't we show you two idiots the many ways to use a table tonight?" And then Chronic replies, "You know what, never mind. Challenging the Steiners just so happens to be the second worst mistake of your careers. Because you just challenged Chronic, and that's your first. And we'll make sure you don't make it to No Mercy." And that sets up that later on tonight we will indeed see a tables match as Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudleys, take on Brian Clark and Brian Adams of Chronic. Got the crowd hotter. Clark underperformed, as we already said, but it did lose heat for the Steiner feud, but I'm sure we'll gain that back over time. We move on to our next segment, which gets us a C+ with a 67, my dyslexia kicked in there for a second, I guess. 67 rating, and about that had subpar wrestling and little heat to it. Billy Kidman, the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, goes on to defeat the former champion, believe it or not, or a former champion, Gregory Helms, in 8 minutes, 21 seconds with the Shooting Star Press. Chavo Guerrero, Billy Kidman's opponent for, what is this? Did I change someone's gimmick? I'm confused by this handling changes right here. Either way. Oh, Tori! I was turning Tori face, so I think we'll just turn her hard face right now, and if it's a bad rating, I really don't care. Either way, like I was saying, Chavo Guerrero was on commentary for this. He's, of course, going to be the challenger for the Cruiserweight Championship in a ladder match, as we found out last week. I was surprised that I have actually not done Billy Kidman and Gregory Helms in a match yet. They've had matches together, but not like a one-on-one match. It's always like a, tag team or battle royal or something like that. So I was a little surprised to see that, so I definitely had to put that on the card. Here's something that's a little surprising as well. Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together. Who would have thought? Billy Kidman with the 66, Gregory with a 51, advanced, and let's hard turn Tori Wilson. She switched to a babe, got average, and it was a complete success. So Tori's now a face with Billy, and we don't have to worry about a weird heel and face manager couple. As we move on to the next segment, getting a 54 C- as Billy Kidman celebrates with Tori. Chavo Guerrero jumps in the ring and just pretty much beats down on Billy Kidman, poses with the title, lays it down on top of him, and then, leaves the ring while Tori's checking on her boyfriend, getting a little heat on him, but apparently losing heat for the storyline, which that sucks a little bit, but whatever, we'll gain it back, as I'm sure. Oh, wow. 99 A-star rating here. Hell yes. As we're backstage with both Chris Benoit and Ric Flair. Benoit sitting in a chair while Ric Flair is standing. And this is their response to The Undertaker. And Flair says, Undertaker, we heard your message on Raw. That sounds very Vince Russo-y, just more like a high-pitched Vince Russo. Anyway, let's try this better. So here's Oz. First things first. This still is bad. I've never done a good Ric Flair. Chris Benoit isn't afraid of you. He understands that you're not like most men, but that doesn't matter to Chris Benoit, because neither is he. While you've made a career of burying people, Chris Benoit has made a career of crippling people. And come No Mercy, he looks to do the same to you. And as for your message to me personally, you don't got to worry about me getting involved, baby. Because I've got full confidence that my protege can beat you. Woo! Undertaker, don't buy into your own hype, dead man. And don't take my protege lightly. Because come No Mercy, Chris Benoit is going to do what all the others couldn't do. And that's put you to rest for good. Woo! And I guess this kind of confirms it, because we said at No Mercy. So, we haven't confirmed it yet, and I didn't really think about this in the promo, but since I went ahead and said it, I guess this goes ahead and confirming that we will see the Undertaker battle Chris Benoit in one-on-one action. Now, if it'll be for the Intercontinental Championship, I don't know. We haven't gotten that far in the feud yet, have we? But he is the Intercontinental Champion, he has yet to defend it, and it is a WWF title, so you never know. So there you have that. Gained heat for the storyline. Heenan was weak. Benoit developing better at performance skills. All in all, good angle. Except we were 1 point away. Gosh darn it. What was that 1 point? Was it Heenan? It's probably Heenan. Yep. Look at that. Heenan, you brought us down from that 1 point. You suck. I had to take a drink real quick. So we go to another quick hype segment as the Giant apparently is going to be returning tonight. A little early for the Giant. I mean, I didn't think we'd see him back so soon after being in Hell in a Cell. But he'll be back tonight apparently and in action. As we go to an 81 rating. Hell yes. 81 rating with a solid B rating here. Did not expect this out of Chronic and the Dudleys. The Dudleys doesn't surprise me, but Chronic, good on you guys. And about that head, decent wrestling, but not much weighing heat. Dudley Boys go on to defeat Chronic in the tables match in 11 minutes, 51 seconds, when Brian Adams was eliminated first, and then finally, Devon Dudley eliminates Brian Clark to get the victory. So Adams and Clark were off their game, but that's okay, because, to be honest, this is probably their last match. Their contract is expiring here pretty soon, so this might be their last match, unless I decide to use them to put someone else over, but this was really kind of my plan, set them off, the tables match took them out for the Chronic out. We haven't seen Chronic since, pretty much that jazz. Either way, you get where I'm coming at here. Not a bad rating for your last match. Not a bad rating at all. This was our Wild Brawl match of the night as well. So Bubba and Devon, of course, have excellent chemistry. Devon with an 82 rating, Bubba with an 86, Clark with a 51, and Adams with a 54. I'd like to see this. Bubba was well suited for the style of match, so that's what I was wondering. Doesn't look like Devon was, though. But then again, why did they get 2 bonuses for their tag chemistry? Still not bad, go. This did pretty good, guys. Good job, guys. I'm happy. I'm very happy with this. As we move on to the next segment, which gets us another solid B with a 79 rating here. Just a post-match attack from the Steiner brothers. Pretty similar to the ones we've seen in the past, which is why I really didn't feel like writing much of a, story out to it, because I can just tell you it, because we've done it so many times already. Steiners come out, jump the Dudleys while they're celebrating, beat them down, and then lock them into their submission hold. I believe it's called the Steiner recliner. Pretty much keeping it on them while they pass out, and people, or, a bunch of referees and security come out and try to... What the hell was that? Is my mic... Oh, I'm sorry, nerds and geeks. I don't know if you guys can even hear that, but I'm going to try not to mess with that. I feel like one of my cords may be a little loose. My microphone was messing up there. I apologize if you guys heard that noise. That was loud as hell. It scared the shit out of me. If you didn't, I sound like a crazy person. Jesus. Either way, they had to be pulled apart. Pretty much sending a message to the Dudleys. It doesn't matter if you beat Chronic in a tables match. You ain't beating us. We beat you once before, yada, yada, yada. Didn't gain heat, which is what I was kind of hoping since we lost heat before, but that's okay. Steiner was still good. Or should I say Scott Steiner, if I forget they're both named, As we move on to the next segment, we get a 59 solid C rating here. That's whatever. It's a quick squash match, so I'm not, too mad about it, but not gonna lie, maybe expected a C plus or B minus considering it's the Giant, but solid C, still not mad. An extremely short match. Giant goes on to defeat Shannon Moore and Evan Courageous in a handicap match. Of course, Shannon Moore and Evan Courageous, the two of three people from the former team known as 3 Count with Gregory Helms. Could revisit that someday, who knows. He beats him in 3 minutes, 21 seconds. When he beats Shannon Moore with the choke slam, he carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Not surprising. Giant with a performance of a 92, Courageous with a 47, and Moore with a 50. Also, Giant is improving in performance as we move on to our next segment, getting us a solid A rating with a 90 overall here. After the match, Giant, he takes the mic and he says, "I bet you're all surprised to see me back so soon after going through hell with The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. And while I'm man enough to admit that the dead man had my number on that night, this is far from over. Benoit, I don't know who the hell you think you are. The Undertaker is my prey. I took Kane out, I'm taking Taker out. Don't make me take you out." And that's when the lights go out, and it seems like The Undertaker is going to come out, kind of responding to the message to the Giant. But instead of The Undertaker, fire erupts from the ring post, and Kane's music starts playing, while the following sentence or message plays over the Tron, saying, "Kane returns, and with no mercy." Pretty much sending a message out to the Giant, so it officially starts this feud here. And appears Kane's coming back, and with some vengeance on his mind towards the Giant. Giant also looked good, so there you have that. As we move on to our next segment, and it's just another hype segment as we see DDP making his way down to the ring. He's dressed to impress. He's got a nice little sparkly looking diamond suit on, coming down to the ring. Not necessarily diamonds, but it's definitely sparky. Picture something Chris Jericho would wear. Maybe something he wore at the Festival of Friendship, I don't know. Heading down to the ring, big smile on his face. As the announcers put over that, coming back from commercial, we will see the Diamond Lounge with DDP. So we move on to the next segment, and holy hell almighty, we get in A star with 100 rating. Damn, DDP, you're good. Woo! Ring is all set up for the Diamond Lounge. I imagine, maybe purple flooring, big TV, big desk set up in the ring for DDP to put his feet on in his big recliner chair. Just picture like a normal talk show, stupid show like that, just with DDP being all scummy and all that. It'll evolve over time, just imagine that. This is just the debut episode, and it's really just used to kind of put Chris Jericho on notice, pretty much. So either way, it's all set up for the Diamond Lounge. Page makes his way down to the ring. He's the host of the show, of course, once in the ring. He takes the mic. He's all, sitting in his chair, comfortable. And he says, "What do you guys think, huh? Nice. Certainly better than that B show, The Highlight Reel, hosted by Chris Jericho. Just one more thing WCW does better than the WWF. Speaking of Chris Jericho, he took the time out of his day to say this to me on Monday Night Raw this week. And that's when on his big screen TV, a video plays showing pretty much what Jericho had to say to DDP on Monday Night Raw on the highlight reel. Once it's done airing, Page, keeps going on saying, yeah, he ain't had many nice things to say, but don't let that Jericho lie to you. For one, I was never invited to the highlight reel, and if I was, I would have loved to show up Jericho. And two, I didn't cost Jericho anything. If anything, he cost me my title shot, or cost me the shot at both the WWF and WCW titles. But more importantly, Jericho, you said the next time you get your hands on me, that it won't be pretty. Well, look here, pretty boy. I promise you that when I get my hands on you, that you won't be pretty anymore. In fact, enough with this talking. Hold on, I gotta get to the point. Enough with all this talking, and why don't we just get to the fighting? Let's say, how about No Mercy? Ball's in your court now, pretty boy. And then Page is out, pretty much ending off the Diamond Lounge as he puts Jericho in check, like I said. Responded to all the things Jericho had to say to him. And said, you know what, Jericho, I'm sick of all this talking between you and I. You've got a problem with me. I've got a problem with you. Obviously, our schedules are free since you screwed me over in our title shots. So, how about we fight at No Mercy? And now he's just got to wait for Jericho to respond. It did gain some heat, so people were down with, well, I mean, we already know they were down with the Diamond Lounge. I mean, come on. A-star, 100 rating, and Jericho and DDP gained heat. So, like I said, good segment all overall. We then go to just a freestyle segment here as it's just Paul Heyman backstage as he's hyping up RVD and Sabu, pretty much getting them ready, or, like I said, psyching them up for the main event as we're getting ready to move into the tag team title match that will determine what will No Mercy's matches be. We get into said tag match. It wasn't a title match, by the way. It was just a tag match. I don't know why I said that. We got a solid 80 rating here with a B rating, or should I say a solid B with an 80 rating. That's what I meant to say. We have a decent match here where RVD and Sabu of ECW go over Ron Simmons and Booker T in 12 minutes, 48 seconds when Rob Van Dam beats Ron Simmons with the five-star frog splash. Yeah. Overall, Booker T carried the terms in the in-ring performance area. Sabu with a 65, RVD with a 71. He's not far from Ron Simmons, which that's promising. Booker T with a 93 and Ron Simmons with a 76. So the RVD Booker T storyline did lose heat, which is unfortunate, but Ron Simmons and Sabu gained heat. RVD is improving in performance, Sabu is improving in performance, and Booker T is improving in performance. So that ends off the show, and let's go ahead and just fix all these ratings here real quick. So that's already kind of a no DQ match because, well, it's a ladders match. That's a tables match. It's already no DQ. That doesn't really count because it's WWF, so, this is triple threat, so I believe that's already no DQ. So the only match we really got to edit is this one. So let's go ahead and book it in, and I'm just going to go Aussie rules. That's my favorite thing to do. Extreme rules, well, Aussie rules, call it what you like. It means the match has to end by pinfall or submission. So WCW Championship match. Hold on, we got to put the Extreme Rules match for WCW Championship. We got RVD repping EC Dub, taking on the champion, representing WCW, Booker T. Extreme Rules, baby. Alright, so now that we fix that, we already figured all this out. Let's end the show, getting us a, wow, I won't lie to you, I thought we were going to get like a B rating. I did not expect an A. Solid A rating here, Nerds and Geeks, to end off the show with an 89. So, Sabu was apparently slightly overused. That's okay. It increased our popularity in 8 regions. No one's complaining here. Got some decisions, which that's never good. But it could just be, maybe I was, I believe I was hiring some people still, renegotiating contracts, so it could be that. We'll see. Fantastic reviews for Nitro. New Japan setting their sights. Wonder who they're going after now. Skinhead Ivan's rising. Oh boy. John Cena getting that internet support, being called the best young prospect in wrestling. And Tenzan had an interview. Said he is always lifts his game. And what am I missing out here? First match in a new promotion, so that's good, I guess, if we ever hire Tenzan, which I doubt we will. Regal says my momentum is in the toilet. You need to book me stronger for a while or I'll be dead in the water. I really do need to book Regal stronger, so I'm going to start giving him some victories, even if it's on the pre-show, because I don't want him leaving. I'm worried that he's going to want to wait out his contract. Rick Steiner says Lance Storm doesn't connect with the fans. He has little upside. Well, so do you, so. Incident involving a bunch of people. Not what I wanted to see. So we got Booker T, steroid user, you get fined. Benoit, let me guess, steroids? Oh no. I fucking touched the microphone again. Sorry if you guys heard that, sorry. Oh boy. So normally... Shit. Normally I would either send them to rehab... I'm going to sound so scumbaggy here. I would send them to rehab or I would suspend them. I mean, that's hard drugs. That's bad. We can't have that. But Chris Benoit is a big part of my storylines. I'm going to have him be taken on The Undertaker. He's currently my Intercontinental Champion. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot suspend Chris Benoit. And I can't afford to lose Chris Benoit for any time period. So I'm going to go ahead and fine him. He's unhappy with me. Apparently so is Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, and every single other person that Benoit's friends with. But it's just how it's going to work. Fine. This one, take no action. His personality got worse. Why is... Canyon's annoyed because he doesn't like him. Matt Hardy's happy, though. Look at these guys. Benoit, Eddie Guerrero. I'm sorry. What can I do? I can't do anything. It sucks. I feel bad because, honestly, I really should have suspended him or something, but he's such an integral part of my story. I can't. Just can't. That's something WWE would do in real life, too. Just be honest with us. And now I got to give him money to get him, make him better. Isn't that a messed up thing? Give him more money, saying, hey, buddy, let's ease up here. He's going to be more annoyed, so I'm going to have to give him more money. But I'll do that off screen. Just so he doesn't, suck in my matches. Benoit, why? Why do you have to do this to me? And Jeff, don't be a douche. In fact, what does that mean? Let me look at his behavior. Soft drugs, extremely naive, flanky, bold, driven. Well, that's not too bad. Anyway, whatever. Benoit, you suck, man. Come on. Let's check out his storylines before we end this off. Why'd it go right to Jackie? So we got a 61C here, 88B plus for Jericho DDP. Kane and Giant start with a 81. Raven Storm and Dreamer at a 69C plus. RVD and Book with an 80B. Sim and Sabu with an 80B. Invasion got a 72B minus. Steiners and Duds got a 76B minus. Taker and Benoit with a 90A. And that's pretty good. So despite Chris Benoit being the way he is right now, overall successful episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, my name has been OMG, WTF, LOL to WBRB, and I'll see you guys for Sunday Night Heat or Monday Night Raw. You choose. Until then, have a great day.